Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Monday, November the 6th, 2017. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market macro to micro. Excuse me. Take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses. We do create multiple hypotheses or trade plans, scenarios, whatever you want to call it. We do not know what the market's going to do, so we take a look at what the basic auction should look like based on certain levels being approached or targeted and who's in control. And then we determine which one is happening, and then we use our hypos that best suits that scenario and then execute on that plan. We don't try to create a plan on the fly. We know the levels we want to be looking at. We know where resistance and support should be, and then we execute based on what the market is showing us. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email, quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to, and then we do live trading analysis during the course of the trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. So take a look at Friday. Friday, we were looking for an open auction out of range or just in range, but out of value, a rotation down into the value, and then we were looking for somewhere between the 76 and the 72 area, the microcomposite VPOC, for buyers to step in and then rotate us up and take out that what was the overnight high and the all-time high, and go make new all-time highs. And we basically came right up into that 85 and put a double top in at 85.50. So we now have a weak all-time high at the 85.50. In Globex, they got up as close as 84.75, but then failed. But basically, we went sideways and closed up in the 25.80 area. Bit of a trend day when they got it going, but then they just stalled out. Taking a look at the calendar for news today, we really don't have a lot of news. We've got the Canadian IV PMI, at 10 o'clock. We got the 3-month and the 6-month bill auction at 11:30. Fed Dudley speaking at 12:10, and that's about it for today. It is still in the middle of earnings. Not going to go right through all the earnings, just basically today after market, the big ones will be Avis and Priceline. Tuesday is Marriott and Sunco. Wednesday is Manulife, Fox, Sun Life, and then Thursday I think will be the big one. That's where we have Disney, Nordstrom, Hertz, Nvidia. Nvidia being a very important one for the market in terms of technology sector. Taking a look at the commitment of trader report. Again, you can see that the commercial paper continues to get net short or more net short, and you can see that the retail is getting less net short, but the algos or the large specs are still very, very net positive. So what we're waiting for is for this to flip and for the large lot to get net short with the commercial paper and the retailers getting net long and becoming the bag holders before I'm really looking for a turn in this market. Taking a look at the Globex. Globex, we opened down. We had a gap down. We opened up at 25.80. Went up, closed the gap, went right to the naked VPOC, which shifted near the close, and then found our sellers, and then sold off all the way down to the 75. You can see where the volume had come in yesterday. They came in right about the same area again in the Globex, and then they walked us back up, and we've been filling in this low volume area and creating value overnight at the 25.81.50 area. Inventory is about, I'd say about 90% net short, but it is starting to neutralize, with this move above Friday's close. Friday's close being the 25.82.75. So taking a look at the big picture, let's just step back. I always like to take a look at the macro to micro. I start with a simple candlestick chart on my toss paper money, and I use a 9 EMA, 20 SMA, and this is where I do all my charting in terms of chart patterns, candle recognition, etc. You see that we're in the this upper channel of the upward sloping fork. We're nowhere near going up and testing the upper line, so we still have room to go. This is our we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is our 12th month of one time framing up. It's just been an incredible move. Good slope, good separation. Prices paralleling the 9 quite nicely. Going to the weekly, you see that again, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks where we've had we closed positive territory. Again, this is very rare, but this thing's just going. We don't even come down and test the trend until we get down to the 25.50 area on the weekly. Going to the daily, we've been holding inside of this channel that we've been watching on the daily, and we keep dipping below it, but we keep closing above it. So this channel line is still acting the way it should be as support. Coming down, you want to watch any break below the 77.50 area for move down to the 73.50. And you can see we're losing a little bit of slope and separation, but the price is just hugging the 9 EMA up on the daily. Going to the intraday, basically the same thing. We've got good slope, good separation. Price is trending up on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, we've lost some slope and separation, but we're holding above. So again, watch the 81. I'm going to be watching the 25.80, and I'll show you why as my over underline today. Going to the 30-minute, good slope, good separation. Price is paralleling the 9 and the 20. 15-minute, same thing. 5-minute, same thing. We do have a naked cross down here at 25.82 and a quarter. Taking a look at the structure, so we were creating this balance down here inside this value area high of 56 and value area low of 44.75 on this micro composite, the smallest time frame micro composite. Then we broke out, and we were trying to accept value higher here at the 68. They gapped down. We made a trip through the value area, found the buyers again, accepted value at the 61.75, and then we broke out, went up, and we put in some new all-time highs, chopped around, and you can see that values being accepted at 72.50, which is higher, and now we're in price discovery or above the microcomposite value area high. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 day. Is it 7 day? Let me just move this to the back. 6 day. The 6 day value is basically at this longer time frame microcomposite at 72. Let's just take a look at the last 2 days. Actually, going to use 3 days because we dipped down, and you can see that value has been accepted higher above the value area and above that 72.50 at 76.75. We've got our value area from the smaller time frame microcomposite at 79, 78, 75. I'm watching the 79 to 80 level. You've got the CLVN here at 79, 75. And then we've got a couple LVNs from the overnight session and yesterday's or Friday's RTH session. Currently trading, in this new little distribution around the 84. We're only 3 points off of the all-time high, which has got a double top. We've got a high here on this day, 85.50. We've got a retest of it on Friday. I actually thought on Friday in the ETH session that they were going to take out that 85.50 because of the double top. And then I thought they were going to do it on Sunday night when they when they're going to close that gap, but they failed at the 84.75, and they're right back up there. So likely to see it today, but we have to wait and see. We can't guarantee anything. So taking a look at the overnight, first of all, we've got the double top and all-time high, so we got to mark that in. I'm just going to call it a week all-time high. I think you guys can see that it is Friday's high as well. Man, I can't type. And then our overnight high is just below that at 84.75. And our overnight low, 75.75. Basically, right where the VPOC was most of the, 75.50. Right where the VPOC was most of the day. They stole the VPOC into the close on Friday. And then our overnight VPOC is 81.50. Not likely to shift. I mean, it could shift to 81 if they come down here, but I'm going to put it at 81.50. And then we've got the midpoint and this LVN here at the 80 and 79.75. And then you've got the midpoint and the LVN right here at 79.50 and 79.75. So I'm actually going to use this right here, this basically 79 to 80, and that's going to be my over-under line. And then we've got this thin area, so this could get choppy in this area if we come back down here. But if we break below it, I am targeting that 77, is it 77 or 70? 76.75. Which is basically right at the which is right at the value area low from Friday. And then below that, there's really not much. I'm thinking that the overnight low might offer some support. So I am going to just tuck a trade level at the 75 even. And then below that, I'm looking for the RTH session to get tagged and a move down into the 72. And then my key line in the sand for the day is going to be down here at 69.75. All right, daily ATR is a full session 20 period average true range is running at 1223. So off of the low overnight of 75.50, our upside daily ATR target is 87.75. Just a couple ticks above that measured move at 87. And off of the high overnight of 84.75, our downside daily ATR target is 72.50. Right back at that microcomposite VPOC. So those are the levels that I'm looking at below, above. You could put another trade level here at 82, but with the overnight VPOC at 81.50, I think they dipped down there before, so this is why I'm using the 80. 79 to 80 as my over-under. And then there's nothing to guide me above other than the measured move. So we're only off of the all-time highs. So I'm going to be, weighted 50-50 on my hypo 1 and hypo 2 because of the fact is, do we put a new all-time high in on the open, or do we, rotate down and then go up? So my with the weakness that we saw put in overnight, and the fact that the inventory is about 85 to 90% net short, I'm thinking that the move is going to be up first. So I'm looking for an open auction out inside a range, inside a value. I'm looking for a wide opening swing here because I think that both the naked VPOC and the overnight VPOC and the Friday close could all get tested on the open. But for the most part, I'm looking for wide opening swing with a move up into the overnight and the all-time high, push up and make a new all-time high, and then somewhere between the 85 and 90, I'm looking for responsive sellers to step in, rotate us back down into value, and then come down here and spend a good portion of the day going sideways in this LVN, basically, balanced around the 81.50 and going sideways. Maybe a late day probe down into the 75, but for the most part, push up, find sellers, make a new all-time high, then come down and chop between the 72 and the 82. That is hypo 1. Hypo 2, which has got equal weight, will be an open auction. Again, large opening swing, taking out the overnight high and the naked VPOC and the naked close and the overnight VPOC. But for the most part, selling off, okay, down into the 75 to 72 area, then finding buyers and starting to creep our way back up and basically spending a good portion of the day around that low volume area and the 81.50, and then making a late day probe up into new all-time highs, and then falling back and closing somewhere around the 81 to 85 area. That is hypo 2. Hypo 3 is an open test drive, a move down to test the LVN, maybe even the open, but somewhere between the 81 and the 76, finding buyers immediately taking us up, breaking above the range from Friday and the all-time double top, and then going sideways and fighting the high and pushing up with a late day probe up into the 90s and possibly come up into the 2600. I don't know if it's going to happen yet. The range for the 20 period weekly ATR, a full session is running at 34.81, but it's still really too early to start looking at average true ranges on. I mean, if you go from the open of the month right now, or if we go to the low that we've been, so at 25, 75, 50 plus the 34.81, that takes us up to 25, 75, 50 plus 34.81. That takes us up to 2610. Well, there's the rule of 10 right there. So put our weekly ATR target is up at 2610. And our monthly ATR target is right there at 2612. All right, and then hypo 4 is an open auction, push up into the week all-time high, make a false breakout, make new all-time high, immediately find sellers, rotate us down into that 75, 76 area, chop here, fail, come down into the 69, 75, fail, and push down into this 64 to 61 area. But I think that's less probability on that. So that's what I'm looking at in terms of the ES. Take a quick look at the gold chart. And nothing changes. Same thing. You know, watching the 68 area, below 68, 63. Don't think 63 will hold this time. Going to free fall down into the 1250 area. If we can hold the 68 and accept 72 again, look for them to rotate up into the composite VPOC between the 76 and the current microcomposite VPOC at 78. Base there and push up towards that 83. Any break above the 85, looking for a move to the 92 to 93 area. That's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.